Hello and welcome to this presentation of Project 25. I'm Philip Kolianos, the creator of Project 25, and in this video I will go through the development process of Project 25 as well as discuss some of the highlights within this mod. Project 25 is a creation based upon an analysis of the pacing in the Half-Life 2 series and Valve's way of doing level design. The way I did the analysis of pacing was to play through the entire Half-Life 2 series and categorized all the events the player is being exposed to into 5 different categories. I then put timestamps each time a new event or gameplay emerged and put them into this chart. Each square represents 1 minute of playtime and the color determines which type of gameplay is present during that period. Puzzles are green. These are areas in which the player has to solve a small puzzle without being exposed to combat. Dialogue are blue. Arenas are orange. These are enclosed and heavily scripted areas in which the player is being attacked by multiple enemies or a big boss and must kill all of them in order to advance further. Finally, one thing I call soft resistance, which is red. These are areas where the player simply travels through and occasionally stumbles upon enemies. Using data from this chart, I created a chart of my own with timings for gameplay elements and used this as reference when creating my abstract. This is the introduction scene to Project 25, a small outpost in the tunnel filled with toxic waste. This is where the player gets informed about what to do and where to go. In this area the player can get to know the controls and without any pressure proceed in the way she feels comfortable. The goal with Project 25 was to mimic the level design in Half-Life 2 to the point where a player could not be able to tell the difference between Project 25 and a portion of Half-Life 2. To achieve this, I only used Valve's own assets and animations. Voice dialogue is custom written by me and is performed by Kelly Harrigan, Edwyn, Tiong, and Emelie Isacsson. Lip sync and choreography was implemented by me using Face Poster. The first puzzle shows up after about 6 minutes of gameplay with soft resistance and was put in here to create a shift in pace. In this puzzle, the player has to connect 2 cables correctly and then punt away an energy ball with a gravity gun to shut down an electric wall, blocking a way to proceed. Puzzles that deal with combined technology almost always are about either taking energy balls away from sockets or putting energy balls into sockets and are very usual in Half-Life 2. As the player punts the energy ball, she will shut off the electric wall, and the zombies trapped on the other side will come rushing towards the player and creates a natural shift in pace as the game suddenly puts pressure on the player. After a short puzzle in a sewer setting, the player runs through this backyard with soft resistance. The backyard was to serve as a bridge between the final area and the sewers which the player just came from. The way to the prisoners is through a door that is blocked by a sniper. Here comes a small puzzle to slow the game pace prior to the important dialogue with the prisoners. The player has to stack objects to block the sniper's field of view so that the player can get through the blocked door.
This place is really torn apart. We better move to Station 28.
The final battle is to take place within this area. I wanted the pace to get really low before this big fight, so I let the player both have 1 minute of dialogue and a 5-minute puzzle prior to the arena event. I also wanted the player to feel safe and to learn the terrain so that she could use it to her advantage as the final battle started. To achieve this, I put a puzzle very similar to one in the Half-Life 2 series, in which the player has to look for car batteries to power up a gate. This way the player has to look around the area for clues and learn about the terrain. As the player solves the puzzle and is about to leave, it turns out to be an ambush and all hell breaks loose. The game pace shifts dramatically and the player quickly has to adapt to the new situation.
It's an ambush! Take cover!
That's about all for this short presentation of Project 25. If you wish to see more, feel free to play through the whole mod available at my website, www.philip.kolianos.se.